One of my favorite podcasts that I really like listening to and I find always to be so informative is the Behavioral Observations podcast by Matt Sikoria. And a lot of the times when I find an episode that I really like, I listen to it many, many times because there's something that I take away from that episode each time that's different. And so today I was just listening to one of the podcasts, the Behavioral Observations podcast, and it was on acceptance and commitment therapy, and Matt interviewed Jonathan Tarbox. And I've listened to this episode before, and not only was it really helpful for me as a behavior analyst, but it was really helpful for me as a human being. And I felt like I just needed a refresh. And I definitely picked up on things this time that I didn't pick up on last time. And just want to make note, I am by no means an expert whatsoever on acceptance and commitment therapy. I'm still learning about it myself, so I just want to make sure that I say that. But something that finally hit home for me today, and I'm probably gonna have to listen to this again a few more times, but I finally just made the realization that our thoughts, in behavior analysis, we're interested in the function, not the topography. So we're interested in not what something looks like, but why we do something. And so we might have this aversive verbal behavior, and we might not be able to change the topography, but what we can do is change the function of it and make it not so aversive. I remember last time I listened to this, I played around with something funny, and I remember I was in a course, and I had to raise my hand for some reason. And before I raise my hand, sometimes I have all these thoughts, and if you have watched some of my videos, you could see some of the funny thoughts that I have had about raising my hand. I post something that's what someone might be thinking before they raise their hand, or at least me. And I remember I was about to raise my hand, and I had just listened to this podcast last year, and I was thinking, here come my crazy thoughts again about raising my hand. And then for some reason, it just became funny, and I didn't mind raising my hand as much. And so there were many things in this podcast that were really helpful to me. I'm not going to be able to articulate them that well because, again, ACT is certainly new to me. But there were so many things that were helpful. I really enjoyed when they spoke about how ACT can help with parent training. If you listen to this, look out for the scenario about the Yankees baseball cap. And it was also really helpful for me as just a human being and being more present and being aware of my behavior and just staying in the moment. And again, I'm certainly not articulating clearly what ACT is. You're going to have to listen to this episode yourself. There's a lot of other episodes on the Behavioral Observations podcast that Matt interviews other behavior analysts about ACT, so I highly recommend listening to those as well. But I just wanted to provide this recommendation for anybody that's interested in this topic or looking to learn more.